Hi everyone, today we are doing a video review of the MSI GT72 Dominator Pro-444. It is a 17.3 inch matte type IPS screen with a 1920 by 1080 resolution on it. For the CPU, it's one of the top ones available right now. It's the Intel i7-4980HQ, and that works at 2.8 to 4.0 gigahertz. The video card's NVIDIA's GTX 980M. That is the 8 gigabyte version with GDDR5 memory on there. For system memory, we have 32 gigs pre-installed, which is the max that this model will support. For the operating system drive, we have four 256 gigabyte M.2 SSDs that are in the Super RAID 3. So you get 1 terabyte total, plus there's a 1 terabyte hard disk drive in there as well. For the optical drive, there is a Blu-ray reader writer, and that can also do DVDs and CDs. Wireless card is the Bigfoot Network Killer AC1525. Windows 8.1 pre-installed. For the warranty, we have a 2-year US-Canada warranty, parts and labor, and then it also includes 1-year North American accidental damage protection, which does require it to be registered within 30 days, and then 1-year global warranty on there as well. For dimensions, we're looking at 16.85 inches across, 11.5 inches deep, and a thickness of 1.89. That's all in inches. The weight, we are at 8.4 pounds, and that is including the 9-cell battery. And just a quick note on the exterior finish here. You see the back of the LCD panel, the A panel here, is a brushed metal. It also has a backlit logo on there. You can see as I go from the from the light to the dark, how that dragon lights up there. Let's take a look at the screen viewing angles on it. Again, this is a 1920 by 1080 IPS type screen, so we should get very good viewing angles on there. So I'm going to slowly spin it off to the left and the right till we're flush with it. And as you can see, you do get very, very good. Very little washout there. We'll spin it off to the right. Just keep an eye on the colors and see if they change at all, really. And the camera is really picking up what I'm seeing in person. Nothing really washing out as we get really 180 degrees on there. I think it is rated at 178 degrees viewing angle on there, but pretty much all the way around. We'll go ahead and pull it down and lean it back. We'll start with pulling it down. Again, we're looking for any type of washout. I'll go ahead, slowly lean it back as well. And this does go almost flat. I'll spin it off to the side so you can see the angle on that. Pull it up so you can see a different viewing angle here. But as you can see, very good viewing angles, and for an IPS type screen, that is what we expect out of it. Taking a look at the keyboard, as you can see, it is multi-zone backlit. It is also by SteelSeries, which is regarded to be one of the best keyboards out there, especially for notebooks. It's really hard to find something that's going to be any better. For flex, very solid on here, as any of the other GT72 models. If you've watched our video reviews or any that use a SteelSeries keyboard, you'll see very little flex, especially under normal typing conditions. If you really try to press it, there's going to be some give. In the middle, though, it's still very minimal. It does have the 10 key over here, which is pretty standard for anything larger than 15.6, including the 15.6 inch computers. We have our touchpad. It does have the illumination around the perimeter of it, which can be changed with the built-in SteelSeries engine. The SteelSeries light can also be changed, as well as the 2 front lights. So there are, I don't think you can see them, but there's one here. One here, we'll take a look at those later, but those can be customized as well. Now let's zoom in a little bit on the keyboard. I'll give it a good press here so you can see the type of flex that we're talking about. But again, regular typing, no flex at all. Just real quick, back to the touchpad, we have a separate left click and right click. And you can see there's a separation between it, so you can feel it, and the mouse buttons are separated from it as well. So you have the touchpad, which is just a part of the palm rest area. There's no separation there besides the illumination, but you can't feel anything there. Let's take a look at the ports on the computer. We're going to start on the left hand side. As you can see there, we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 USB 3.0 ports, followed by your audio ports. And then we have your line in, your line out, headphone, and microphone. We have your memory card reader, so you can put things like your secure digital card right in there. That's one of the customizable lights that we were talking about a minute ago, though. It's red there on the left and right hand side, and that is programmable. You also have your status indicator lights there too, so you can see how it's a little bit brighter on the left right there. You have your Wi-Fi indicator. Then we have the battery plug-in indicator. Right now the AC is not plugged in, so you don't see that lit up. And then we have the hard drive activity indicator. So anytime there's read-write, you'll see that start to flash. Spin it off to the right-hand side, nothing else except for the second light. Right-hand side, that's your optical drive. 2 more USB 3.0 ports, so there's a total of 6. Kensington lock. Then one of the rear exhaust ports there. Right in the middle, we have 2 mini display ports, an HDMI, Ethernet port, and then your power AC adapter port, and then your second exhaust. So there's exhaust on the left and right hand side. Let's take a look at the boot time. Get my phone set up here, so we have the stopwatch. Computer is completely turned off, and again, these are 4 mSATA, M.2 SSDs in Super RAID 3, so we should see a pretty quick boot up time on it. I'll hit the power button and the start at the same time, and I'll try to stop it once we get to the desktop. So here we go. It's going to be 3, 2, 1. A little over 10 seconds, so 10.4 seconds, and that is from a completely cold power state, so it's turned off, not in sleep or hibernate, and that's to our desktop. All right, we're going to jump into the BIOS to take a look to see what's available to us. The computer is completely turned off. I'm going to hit the power button and then continually press delete. So power and then just spam delete. All right, so we're into the BIOS now. On the main page, we got our system date and time, our SATA information, showing the drives that are installed into it. And there's those 4 256 gigabyte M.2s and then the 1 terabyte drive. We got our system information that shows you the BIOS version, EC version, CPU speed, RAM, all that type of hardware information. The advanced, we got our PCI latency timer, SATA mode selection. It's on RAID since that's how we have those set up. The iCharger, ERP Lot 3 support, Intel Speed Step, Wake on LAN, and those are all enable or disable. The rapid storage technology there. The UEFI BIOS update and USB configuration. Got our boot menu here, so you can pick if the numbers are on or off, and that is for the 10 key off to the side. The fast boot, boot mode selection, and then our boot priorities. So what it looks for first as it's booting. UEFI hard disk drive BBS priorities, and UEFI network drive BBS priorities. Security, where you can set your password, and then the save and exit. So we'll discard any changes. I don't think I changed anything, but just to be safe, quit without saving, yes, and it'll just reboot into Windows. We're going to start running some benchmarks. We're going to start off with 3D Mark Firestrike. As you can see, our decimal meter is set off to the right hand side. That is the GPU exhaust. So we're going to listen to the fans as they ramp up while they get under load. Also put this microphone down over there too so you can hear the fans kick up as well. Have hardware monitor running in the background, so we'll check out temperatures after it's done. And we'll also be shooting our FLIR thermal pictures and overlaying that so you can see where the heat is generated. And of course we'll go over the results and see how those compare to where they should be. 3D Mark fire strikes all finished up, so I have the results in front of us here. So you see the score, 8,124, a graphics score, 9,222, physics score, 10,500, and a combined score of 3,640. And you're seeing that higher physics score because of the higher end CPU. It's not recognizing it, at least it's not showing us the actual CPU number. As you'll see there, processor is not recognized, but obviously is reflecting in the physics score. So let's take a look at the temperatures here. Got our CPU temperatures right here, fairly low, 72 to 78. So kind of up and down, but either way, really low numbers. Anytime you're in the 70s under load, that's going to be good. You also see the GPU just hit 70 on there, so also a very low temperature for the GPU under load as well. Okay, the second benchmark we're going to take a look at is Skydiver. You can see the results in front of us here. We got the score of 20,473, graphics score of 26,673, physics score 9,183, and a combined score of 22,776. Got temperatures pulled up here. Let's move these over so you can see them. CPU temps a little bit higher, as you can see, compared to Firestrike anyway. Upper 70s, lower 80s. And the GPU, let's see, Firestrike we had 70, and we're at 69 here. So the GPU is right around the same temp. CPU is a little bit higher, but that will cover our results for Skydiver. Okay, we finished up 3D Mark 11. Have the results in front of us here. You see it's a P11084. Have a graphics score of 12,308, physics score 9,055, and a combined score of 7,867. Take a look at hardware monitor. Had it off to the side. We can see our CPU temperatures here. Looking at kind of scattered, 76, 83, 80, 79, 82. And then we're going to take a look at the GPU temperatures, 71. So very good results. The temperatures, while it's under any type of stress, those should be exactly, or they are exactly where they should be. Could maybe see a little bit lower, maybe a little bit better thermal compounds. Mighty Diamond might drop those temps down by a little bit. Since we have such a nice setup for the SSDs in here, we ran the crystal disk to see the read-write speeds here. So as you can see at the very top there, this sequential read, we're at 1,422 megabytes per second and a write speed of 1,087 megabytes per second. So, over a gigabyte per second there, extremely fast. And then you see the 4K numbers, 29.69 read and 83.46 write. Again, megabytes per second, and those are important because they're the smaller files and more common for daily use. I'm going to open up the bottom of the computer to take a look at the internals. I have it upside down right now. The power cord is unplugged, but with the design of the battery, it is internal. We'll take a look at that, so you can't really remove it before you open up the bottom. You can see right here there's a bit of mesh on the bottom, so it gets really good airflow on there. If I lift this up, well, to open up the bottom, you'll have to undo the screws. There's not a whole lot. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 screws, so pretty easy to open up. Once you've gotten those undone, you kind of want to lift at the tab here and then start working your way around, and it'll pop off for you. And as you can see, that mesh I was talking about, so lets a lot of air go right through there. As you remove that away, you're going to see the internals of the computer. And we'll go ahead and start right here. This is where the battery is. It is replaceable, but it's not made to be taken in and out like some computers are. These are the M.2 drives. There's 2 here, and there's 2 on the other side of that board. There's a screw right here. If you undid that, you could lift it up and see the other 2. So all 4 right there. This is an empty bay. This is only used for GT72 models that don't have M.2s pre-installed. Then you would get 2 regular SATA drives. But since it has those, it just has the 1 SATA drive. So there's the 1 terabyte. Up here is going to be our GPU exhaust fan. And we know that because the GPU is right there. So we have our GPU, heat transfer pipes going off to the side, the fins where it exhausts the heat out the back. Some more heat transfer pipes here going off to the CPU. So the CPU is right there, and it has its own fan off to the side as well. So that's the CPU exhaust fan. You have 2 RAM slots here. There are a total of 4. The other 2 are on the other side of the motherboard. So we're not going to take that all the way apart to see it, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and they're all maxed out at 8 gigs. So there's really no need to get to them anyway unless you want to change the brand, since 32 gigs is the most that this can support. We have our wireless card right off here, and then just a subwoofer. So that should cover the internals of the computer, but as you can see, really robust fans here, so it gets really cool temperatures under load while you're gaming or whatnot, and it keeps it quiet too, so larger fans can move more air, and you don't have to get those really loud sounding fans get annoying out of there. So that will cover the internals. That's going to finish up our look at the MSI GT72 Dominator Pro 444. Thank you for your time checking it out. Hopefully you got some good information from it. If you have any questions, get a hold of us. It's sales@exoticpc.com is the email address. You can call us. It's 1-877-289-9684. Or you can reach us in live chat, which you'll find the link for on our website. We're in the office from 9 to 5:30 Central Time, Monday through Friday. Of course, our website's exoticpc.com, and that's XOTICPC.com. Have any questions or comments, leave them below. And of course, subscribe and like it if you want to keep up with our further video reviews. Thanks again. Have a good one.